we have heard many of the beautiful stories, the Old Testament, the New Testament, these beautiful ways of the Lord breaking in upon the world and into our lives. Out of darkness, out of lifelessness, comes forth the brightness of new life. From the dead rocks, a spark comes forth. It's like from the empty tomb, a new life arises. Out of nothingness, God created the heavens and the earth. And once again, being reborn, renewed, reshaped, as we gather on this, celebrate and this Easter, new life, that God's creation is recreation ongoing in our hearts, in our lives, and in our world. And we have this opportunity to be a part of that as we embrace the way of the Lord. He shows us the way of the cross, the way of sacrificial love. Truly is more powerful than even death itself. So we can follow him with wholeheartedly and without reservation, without fear, without holding back. So we can love as our Lord has loved us. And there's many ways of trying to understand this wonderful story of salvation, and one of the ways is by another story. I'm going to share with you a cute little story that can help us understand better about what the Lord calls us to on this Easter. The name of the story is The Proud Tree. I'll tell you about the story. It is a story about a tree named Rex. Rex that lived about 2,000 years ago in a forest in the Middle East. Here's Rex, the tree. Now Rex was the strongest, sturdiest, most beautiful tree in the whole forest. Of course, this made him very proud.
Oh yes, I am the greatest, the best, the numero uno top tree. Hey, you other trees, check it out, looky. I'm so much better than all of you. Just call me Mr. Beautiful.
Yes, Rex was the straightest.
Straight as an arrow.
The sturdiest.
Sturdy as a Roman soldier.
And the proudest.
Proud? Moi? Just because I am so superior? Hey, you other trees, move away. Everyone is trying to admire me. You're looking a little crooked there, willow breath. I bet you wish you were as great as me, pine face. What a sap you are. You other trees are so jealous, you're green with envy.
Each day in the morning and the evening, while the other trees in the forest raised their branches in thanksgiving and praise to God, their Creator, Rex did not, for he was always too busy admiring his own green leafy branches. And while the other trees welcomed all the other animals and gave them fruit for food, squirrels homes to live in, and gave birds their branches to build their nests in, Rex did not.
All you birds and squirrels, you stay away from me. I don't want you wrinkling any of my leaves. I'm not here to help you. I'm just here to be admired. Oh, how I love me. I'm just so wonderful. How about Day by 10 Glossy? I wish I had a mirror. My beauty is branching out all over.
And so it went on day after day.
I am just so perfect, so beautiful, so, well, me. Just look at these luscious, stunning branches. Check out these luscious leaves, this sturdy bark. I ask you, what is not to love here? You know I should be up on top of the hill all by myself.
Well, one day everything would change for Rex. It was the day a Roman soldier came walking into the forest looking for a tree for a king.
Let's see, I need a tree for the king.
Now Rex overheard the soldier looking for a tree for the king.
Wow, did you hear that? They're looking for a tree for the king. Well, that must be me, of course. I wonder what they want to use me for. Maybe the king wants me for my long, flowing, beautiful branches and for shade after his long trips to Rome. Or maybe he wants me for my powerful, sturdy branches for his hammock to rest in. Or maybe he wants to have me transplanted right in the middle of his palace garden for every one of his subjects to admire. I bet people from all over the world would come just to see me. Just imagine, kings, rulers, and pharaohs.
Well, first the Roman soldier checked the other trees.
No, too thin. No, No, don't crooked.
Finally, he came to Rex.
Perfect, just what we need.
And so the soldier picked Rex.
Did you have any doubt that I, Mr. Superior, would be selected for the king? I must be the greatest tree in the forest, the world, the universe.
But then all of a sudden, the Roman soldier started doing something Rex had not expected. He started chopping him down.
Hey, what are you doing? You're nicking my beautiful bark. Hey, this isn't supposed to happen. You're missing all my wonderful qualities.
Of course, people are not able to hear trees as they complain. So Rex was helpless as the soldier chopped him down, then began stripping off all his wonderful branches and tearing off all his unblemished, sturdy bark in front of all the other trees. And so there he lay on the forest floor, his beautiful branches broken. They would never again wave in the breeze.
I can't believe this. Why is this happening?
The soldier then cut him in two, bound him with chains, and then dragged him along the ground into Jerusalem, into a courtyard. The other trees do now. You actually stay, but he's taken away. Now we're in the courtyard in Jerusalem. In the courtyard, the Roman soldier took Rex and formed him into a cross. So the Roman soldier took Rex, formed him into a cross, leaned him against the wall.
Why did they make me into a cross? I wonder what they're going to do to me.
Rex noticed that a large crowd was forming.
It looks like something very special. It looks like something very special. It looks like something very special and important. It looks like something very special and important. It looks like something very special and important is finally about to happen, and I'm going to be a part of it. I knew it. Too bad all the other trees are not around to see this. They'd be jealous. I wonder when the king will be coming.
All of a sudden, a man was brought out wearing a crown of thorns. He was bleeding and had whip marks all over him, and he was being pushed roughly by the soldiers. It was Jesus.
This couldn't be the king. Who would treat a king like that? What king will let himself be treated like that?
And the Roman soldier said to Jesus,
Carry this. Now.
Jesus took Rex, the cross. Now, unlike the soldier who had treated Rex so cruelly and harshly, Jesus embraced him gently and carefully.
There's something special about this man.
Jesus then carried the cross up to the top of the hill on Mount Calvary. All along the way, Jesus was being shoved and pushed and insulted and yelled at and spit upon. Rex felt bad for him. And he also felt bad because he knew his weight was heavy for Jesus to carry.
I wish I wasn't such a burden to him.
Finally, they came to the place at the top of the hill, and Rex was placed in the middle between two other crosses. Rex still had a hard time letting go of his old false hopes about himself and accepting what he was called to do.
Hey, they want me in the middle. Maybe you'll be the star attraction after all.
It was then that Jesus was crucified. Rex could not believe it as Jesus was nailed to him. He felt the weight of his body and the blood flow over him. He was angry at the people.
I can't believe people can be so cruel. Look at what people have done to us.
Of course, what Rex could not believe most of all was how Jesus remained so at peace and so calm. Rex could not understand why Jesus was not angry or mad at what people had done like he was. In fact, he heard Jesus forgive them.
Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing.
What? I can't believe how he can forgive these people. He has every reason in the world to hate them for their terrible cruelty. No one forgives people like this. I certainly don't. All creation knows we're supposed to hate our enemies. No one forgives people like this except God.
It was then that Rex began wondering who this Jesus was who had carried him so gently and who showed God's love and mercy to others. He then started being proud not for his other superficial traits like he used to, but he was proud to have been given the chance to be so close to someone like this. But he wondered why he was chosen after having been such a bad tree.
I have been such a bad, ungrateful tree. Why was I chosen to get close to Jesus when there are so many more good and faithful trees? All I ever cared about was myself. I never thought of others. I was the only one that mattered. I never thanked God. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Soon after that, Jesus died. Rex could tell as he felt the weight of his body sag. He was filled with sadness as they took his body away.
Now it is over. I will soon be dead and forgotten. I've been broken, cut down, and stripped of everything that was beautiful about me. Now I'm naked and alone. I have nothing. There is nothing to hope in but you, God. All I can do is trust in you. Please give me new life.
It was soon after that the last drop of sap from Rex soaked into the ground and he died. But just as 3 days later, God the Father gave Jesus new life and his disciples new life through him, so also in his own way did Rex. For there on that barren hill of Mount Calvary, where the once proud tree Rex was stripped of all the false, superficial beauty, a drop of sap, a drop of what was truly beautiful in him, mixed with the earth, and mixed with his prayer and God's mercy and the blood of Christ, there produced new life, a new sapling, and a great new tree that would grow and bear fruit in life forevermore. And so may our crosses, our opportunities for the Lord to love through us, help us to draw closer to him and to others, so we can truly be genuinely proud and beautiful of what our Lord can accomplish through us. The end. Let's give a nice hand to God. I think we're all a little like Rex, the proud tree. So often there are certain traits or qualities that we sometimes put front and center, like the externals, our leafy branches, or those things that we can get admired for or liked by, those qualities that are in the high fashion magazines, or things that are attracted in our society and our culture and get us approval. And yet, so often that shell of ourselves that we need to let go of. And that which must die so that something more beautiful can emerge and grow. And that's that opportunity for that life of Christ. And that's that life that's within each of us, that life of the Lord, that part of us that is meant to be life-giving, a life to serve, and that life of compassion, of generosity, of kindness. And as we embrace the cross in our life, so may that life of Christ grow and live and emerge. As we embrace the life of discipleship, the life of service, a life of faith, hope, and love. And when we do that, then truly Easter, resurrection, new life continues through us as people, his church. So that new sapling of the life of Christ can once again come forth. As we let go, may God come forth more fully in us and through us on the celebration of Easter. So may we be formed into being formed into a cross, in other words, so that whatever we can be, so that God can love through us. So we can love as our Lord has loved us. At this time, we're going to be